The Cleveland Browns travel to Baltimore to face the Ravens in Week 2. Baltimore a 6.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 44 the total in this game, and I think the Browns have a golden opportunity to snap their 10-game losing streak to the Ravens, because the Baltimore team they see on Sunday will likely be the worst Ravens team they face during that streak, which of course spans 5 years because these teams play twice a year. The Ravens won the Super Bowl last year, but the roster, especially the defense, completely gutted in the offseason, and that new-look defense was awful in Week 1 against Denver. Peyton Manning setting records against this defense, 7 touchdown passes, threw for 462 yards. Baltimore allowed more points last week than in any game in the 18-year history of their franchise. So a great time to be facing the Ravens right now. And Cleveland, even though they lost last week to Miami, they showed some things, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Browns played very well on defense under defensive coordinator Ray Horton for the first time. Remember, Horton was with the Arizona Cardinals last year, came over, now coaching this Browns defense. He's one of the most highly respected defensive coordinators in the league. And the Browns defense will be getting Barkevious Mingo back for this game, or back. He'll be making his Browns debut. He, of course, their first-round pick in April's draft. Mingo is a pass rusher, so they're going to unleash him on Joe Flacco. And if they can shut down the Baltimore ground game, which they might be able to, this Browns defense limited Miami to 20 rushing yards last week. If they can do something similar to Baltimore, force this Ravens offense to become one-dimensional like they were last week when Joe Flacco had to throw the ball 62 times, I really like Cleveland's chances in this game, because the Ravens are going to be without Jacoby Jones in this game. He got hurt last week, so a receiving core that was already thin is further weakened now. I mean, you look at what the weapons Joe Flacco had at his disposal last year, and you compare them to what he's dealing with this year. No more Anquan Bolden. Dennis Pitt is still out. Now no Jacoby Jones. I mean, Torrey Smith is really the last man standing there in Baltimore in terms of Joe Flacco's go-to options. And Cleveland has one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL in Joe Hayden, who will be glued to Torrey Smith throughout this entire game on Sunday. So I look for a low-scoring game here. I lean towards the under, and I think it's too many points. I like Cleveland plus 6.5. I think the Browns have an excellent chance to win this game outright. Remember, the road teams had a lot of success in this rivalry recently. The road team 7-0 against the spread the last 7 Cleveland-Baltimore games. I like the Browns plus 6.5 here.